10A Boxing Podcast, where the punches never stop and the excitement is always ringside. Get ready to step into the world of boxing like never before. Join us as we dive deep into the stories, strategies, and showdowns that make boxing the ultimate sport of champions. From knockout interviews with legendary fighters to ringside roundups of the biggest matchups, we've got you covered with expert analysis and insider insights. So lace up your gloves, grab a ringside seat, and get ready to experience the thrill of the fight. This is the 10-8 Podcast. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Norv. This is the 10-8 Podcast, and it is early or late as hell. I got a special guest today. Shout out to y'all, everybody tuned in right now. Well, we're going to get people in the stream. My man Irv in the building. What's good, Irv? Troy, you got 2 streams on. Let me try this one. Troy, what's good, brother? I can't even hear you. I can't hear you, brethren. You're going to have to get down. Hold on. Let me try your other one. Let me just go out and go back in. But it's your boy, Norv. And man, it's been an interesting weekend. It's been very interesting right now. Channel's starting to pick up, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notifications button, because a lot of people have been telling me they haven't been getting the notifications, and it's probably because I got shadow banned for a little bit because pretty much I guess I used some content that I received the strike on. I didn't realize it, and I got shadow banned. But it looks like we're getting back together. Views starting to go up. We're starting to pick up, getting some good feedback. You know, you always get your negative feedback. Like somebody was like, "Oh, Norbs, you should have known that Shakur Stevenson had a belt. He has a WBO." Guys, he didn't win the WBO. Devin Haney vacated it, and he ended up winning that fight that everybody hates him for, I think it was, and he got the belt. It happens. He didn't beat the champion for the belt. I didn't realize he had a belt. I forgot. I think the belts are separated. I think Lomachenko and Kambosos is fighting for one. I think Shakur got one. I think who else got one? Shakur. What's this guy's name? Javante has one, and there should be one other belt. I don't know who owns that one. Let me try to bring my man on. My man Troy, what's good? Hear me? Yeah, I hear you, brother. What's the word?
Oh, it's a word. It was good with you. My bad. It was a little feedback because I was trying to get the setup good, bro. I want to make sure I'm good for my man Norbs.
What's good, my brother? What's good?
Not much, man. I was just sitting back chilling, getting some work done, but I'm ready to cook because this is what we do.
Yeah, Troy, you know what's crazy? People were mad at me the other days. I dropped the Shakur interview. It's starting, like, the channel's starting to pick up. People are starting, you know, I had got shadow banned. I'm explaining it to them. And, you know, we're starting to get busy. People were hating, like, yo, no, you should have known that Shakur had a belt. Now, guys, if you guys recall, he didn't beat the champion to get the belt. Devin Haney vacated the belt. And he fought, I think it was, I hate when they do that, when they just put up the belt and they put 2 contenders to fight for it or whatever. It's usually a setup to who you want to get the belt to, right? I think that's what happened, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't realize Shakur actually had the belt at the time. And I think Javante has one of the belts. I think Lomachenko is fighting against Kambosos for one of the belts. I don't know who has the 4th belt at 135. Who are the belt holders right now at 135?
The belt holders are Javante,
Shakur. Lomachenko's fighting for one of them, and then there's one.
Lomachenko's fighting for, I think, the WBO or the IBF. Who had the WBO? Oh, I could find it. Hold on.
I think Shakur has the WBO right now.
Listen, I'll tell you right now because I do not play with the boxing information.
Because people are like, oh, you should have known. I'm like, bro, like Devin Haney went up to 140 and vacated the belts, and now the belts are scattered. So
no facts.
Yeah, like, and
it makes it hard.
Yeah,
and it's so many belts.
Yeah. And, you know, once somebody vacates and jumps to the division, it pretty much becomes who's invested in who to get these belts. Pretty much, that's how it goes. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I know Javante got one, but how did he get they just gave it to him? because he didn't.
I forgot who he beat for
His,
that, but I'm
his
about to
last.
tell you who got
His,
the belt at 135. Shakur Stevenson has the WBC,
oh, it's
and
WBC.
William Zepeda and Raymond Moratella. They are 1 and 2, and then Gervonta has the WBA. William Zepeda is also next in line for that, and then Frank Martin, and he's fighting Frank Martin. The IBF is vacant.
Okay.
And the WBO is vacant. That's why.
And then one of
Dennis
those like
Berinchek,
for it.
yeah, Lomachenko and Kambosos, I think, fighting for the IBF because they're 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And the one spot is vacant.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, like people like, yo, bro, like it's so, I mean, and it's kind of weird when it comes to the belts because it's like, dog, like to be honest with you, let's give an example. Edgar Berlanga should not be the number one contender for whatever belt it was fighting against Canelo. That's completely politics. He hasn't beat anyone to deserve to be the number one contender. That's just the facts. Like,
no, that is a fact. That's a good fact.
Like,
that's not even nothing to be arguing about because when you're doing this, that's the thing some people get. It do get sometimes political because you got to think what these belt bodies are called. They're called sanctioning bodies.
Yeah.
Sanctioning means to deal with this is some commerce and money has to be involved. So sometimes that's where it could get political. You know, because some people are in line. Like, for example, Bud, he's good with the WBO. So soon as Fundora won, they like, hey, no, we in line because Bud, we want to put Bud. And that's when they're trying to say, no, well, you can't just PBC us out. You got to, Bud is in line to keep the commerce going with that.
Yeah, and people don't actually realize it. Like, I'm sitting and I'm like, bro, like, and this has happened within the last year because Haney held all the belts after beating Kambosos twice and then vacating it to go to 140. And now the belts are spread at 140. I think Matias, I don't know if Matias has one, but I think it's Pitbull, T.O., Devin Haney, and Matias, I think, have the belts. So that's why they want to see, that's why they want to see Matias and Pitbull.
Yeah, Devin, Pitbull, Matias, and Teofimo Lopez.
Yep. So and it's just crazy to me that
and old cuz is the interim champ, the Ishmael Barroso. Old cuz they be cracking.
Positive vibes. Tank did not get the belt from Gamboa at 135. It was unified. Devin Haney had all the belts till he left. He fought Gamboa almost like 5 years ago. He didn't get that belt from that. It was vacated. And then he got that belt. He didn't have a major belt. Correct me if I'm wrong, Killer.
I need to look that up because I gotta see how Tank actually got that because that's some information that I didn't even.
Because Devin was undisputed. He was remember he's claimed undisputed for one.
No facts. That's what I'm about to look up right now.
Gervonta didn't have that belt. It was vacated. Remember, Teofimo got it from Kambosos. I'm sorry. Teofimo got it when he beat Lomachenko, right? And he lost to Kambosos. He lost the belts. He lost all the straps. And then Devin Haney beat Kambosos for the straps. So Gervonta didn't have any of the belts. That was one of the things people were critiquing him, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am, about Tank not fighting the mandatories or the best guys at 135. He didn't have a belt.
Oh, no, I think it did. It does. Like, I just looked it up. It says in September 2019, it says Gervonta Davis vacated the 130-pound title in preparation to move up to lightweight. Tank defeated Yuriorkis Gamboa 3 months later to win the 135-pound crown. Yeah, but I think they might have fought vacant because it was vacant, and they might have fought for it or something like that.
But then how was Devin Haney undisputed? He had to have all the straps. He had to have 4.
Yeah, hold on, I'm looking.
Because Devin Haney had the 4. And if that's the case, it would have been mandatory to fight 135 against Gervonta. That's 2019.
No, it said no. My bad. It said Davis won the vacant WBA super featherweight. Never mind. I'm about to find it though.
Yeah, I know that's what it is. Yeah, that's my guy Sniper Nation. They're saying that That's the homie Troy King. Yes, that's my man Troy King right here.
Yo, yeah, you know what it is, bro. We on here doing. Listen, I've been wanting to get on here with my man Nords because I could talk about anything. I really am a battle rap. Listen, this is my man, bro. I was just watching B Magic and Arsenal the other day, and hey, that man is phenomenal.
Yeah, but let's get back to this
No
boxing shit.
facts. Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, he looks jacked up. Have you seen him lately? He looks.
Hey, bro, he's in shape.
Bro, but he doesn't know. Compare him when he fought Gervonta to what he looks now. He looks crazy.
Oh, you know, it's another thing too, because Gervonta, they had him at 135.
135.
So 140, that's an extra 5 pounds, and then you can add on the no rehydration, so you're more comfortable coming in.
Oh, absolutely. But to me, it's just he looks, even his last fight compared to now, he looks ripped. He looks jacked. Like it looks kind of scary. Like I have never seen him this big. Like I'm looked at a picture, I'm like, damn. And he's showing it off. Like he's kind of like flexing it.
Paul, yeah.
Like, yeah, like I'm like, damn, dog. Like he's I was speaking to my man Eric Moon the other day, and he was like, if you know how to hydrate and do those things, there's different strategies to do it where you can really put on a lot of mass without the way he broke it down was kind of crazy. But I mean, Ryan looks the part right now. I mean, you know, I had my man David Flat Sparks was on the other day, and he was saying that he believes that Ryan is playing mind games, that he's really not bugging out and all that stuff, that he's just trying to throw Devin off. And I didn't agree with it. I was like, nah, I don't believe it. But he looks the part right now. What do you think about what he looks like right now in terms of being prepared? Because we're only about 10 days away.
Listen, Zab Judah was on my man on Cuz Mill City John saying like people don't really pay attention to that in boxing because it's kind of like you making a lot of ruckus. On one end, I think he was doing it to try to promote the fight.
Yeah.
To casuals, because that's why he was just bringing about certain topics that could be sensitive to get casual people invested into what he's doing. Because that brings more money. The casual fans really bring a lot of money. Then on top of that, all the other things he was doing is he's really trying to get an accumulative amount of casuals on top of hardcores. And then he's really just showing he's been in shape. Like I really feel it's a lot of pressure on Devin Haney because he cannot lose to this type of entertainment, Ryan Garcia. So it puts a lot of pressure on Devin because he can't lose. He can't.
No, listen, throughout, even though in fact Ryan lost, he still holds his popularity. I mean, he is the A side of this fight. Whether people want to admit it or not, he is the A side. He's the reason Devin is probably getting paid the most he's ever gotten paid for a fight. Let's be real. It's a pay-per-view. There's a lot of expectation in this fight.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but the WBA lightweight championship status following Devin Haney's decision to vacate the belt and move up. This means Davis, which is Abdul Wahid Tank, is now the sole recognized WBA champion. So
basically he didn't win. He
didn't fall. He got elevated because Devin moved up. That's money.
No, 100%. I hate that about boxing, bro. Like,
that's bread, though.
But it's crazy. I don't even know if Gervonta wanted the belt because now you got to fight the mandatories. But who's the mandatories for that belt?
That's what I'm saying. Frank Martin and other cuz. I just seen it on the John.
The guy that De La Hoya wanted him to fight Shakur. How is Shakur not the number one contender? I mean, I know he has a belt at the WBO now, but whatever. I mean,
because the sanctioning bodies had a people like in the WBC sanctioning body. This is who is in it: William Zepeda, Raymond Maratula, Keyshawn Davis, Edwin De Los Santos. Some of these people are in these other sanctioning bodies, but some people are not because they're not fighting people in those sanctions. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's like groups, like a WBA group, and then and that's the thing. The WBO was a really like people was saying that's like a top rank used to always be involved in that.
Yeah.
And
No,
with
this
the
is a good
boxing.
question. Malik the God says, how many losses is Ryan Garcia away from not being the A side of most fights? Let's be real. I'll answer that and you go. Ryan Garcia has not done anything to warrant, in my opinion, being the cash cow. Like, he hasn't beat a champion. He's never been a champion.
No, he did. He beat.
Oh.
Wait, I thought Luke Campbell was a champion.
Our former, but he's never held the strap. He's never been a champion. He's never really won a big fight. Like, let's be honest. He's doing it surely off of popularity. So to be honest,
I can't cap. Yeah. I mean, no, facts.
Yeah. The fact that he's the A side has nothing to do with his success in boxing. Is more so the popularity outside of boxing. It's similar to Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the A side, but he's not a successful boxer. He's successful when it comes to social media. So it's hard to determine how long he'll be in at the number one spot because of his popularity. Now, if he goes and gets destroyed by Devin Haney, I mean, we just watched him, quote unquote, quit versus Gervonta Davis, and it didn't seem to hurt him popularity wise. So I don't know how long Ryan goes, man, to be honest with you, but I mean, he's the A side. He's popular, man. Listen, boxing isn't about the straps. It's about who fills the seats up. And that's what people have to understand. If you got a bodying sanction, or if you have a promotional company that's behind you, you're going to get favoritism. You're going to get it all the time. It just is what it is. Like, we saw Edgar Berlanga jump to the number one contender at 168 pounds, yet we still have Caleb Plant. We still have all those guys, Jamel Charlo. We have a lot of guys that are 168 right now that are more, they should have, the better rankings than him. So,
yeah, they ain't got a Puerto Rico though.
No, 100%.
Like a type of fan, like that's just how they work. Like, and that's what people. I ain't cut you off, but like, it's like before we even get to exchange fisticuffs, it's gonna be about bread. It's gonna be about money.
Yeah.
So like that, because people are like, man, we gotta pay for this. So it's like they gonna always have that out there, like, and that's the thing. What kind of it makes lucrative for the boxer in the long run, but it does hurt the sport in a certain sense.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we want to take it past Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Davis's biggest win has been against Ryan Garcia, who's never been a champion. So let's be honest.
His biggest lucrative money win,
Yeah. I mean, popularity. I mean, that's why everybody wants to fight Gervonta. I mean, listen, Gervonta's good. He's dangerous. But let's be honest.
They get knocked out for the payday.
Oh, 100%. Shout out to Ash for tuning in. Ash, what up? I mean, boxing at this point is it used to be about the belts before social media, before YouTube. And it was who was promoting who at the time, who was the major guy. That's why, the Puerto Rico versus Mexican thing was very big. You had a Puerto Rican fighter, Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, that country's behind them. Mexico always supports their fighters, and they have millions of fighters. So now with social media, if you are a boxer, you don't really need the promotional companies to get you hot. I mean, let's be honest. Rolly Romero, in my opinion, he's not top 15 at 140 pounds. Just be honest.
But he could talk, and he could, and this is the thing. Floyd still put you in position and let you do your thing. Like, even because he with PBC and Floyd, he started out with Mayweather in the Floyd gym. And that's the thing. Floyd gonna say, well, hey, if he want to fight, just let him get out there. Yeah. It's on him.
My man says, Sniper says, Pedraza's takes biggest win. No, it's not. It's really not.
No, like that's what I see. What Sniper is saying, I'll give an insight on it. He's saying Pedraza is Tank's technically, far as the competition, talented guy he beat, because Pedraza is a decorated amateur. But we talking about money. And Ryan Garcia is most lucrative win. That's why
it's by far
they get those fights.
Yeah, it's by far. You know what I mean? And
that's actually why Ryan got to fight against Tank. And Tank and Tank was the A side because he got to dictate the terms of the weight.
Yeah.
And he got to do that because Tank was the cash cow. And now Ryan Once you get that, and Rolly was the same thing, kind of, because Rolly got in there and he can dictate certain terms and get fights.
He's popular. Listen, guys, you got to remember, Showtime went out of business. HBO went out of business. They were tired of losing money, right? These streaming services, and look at HBO. HBO became Max now, right? They're a streaming service. These streaming services are what pays the bills, and people don't actually understand that at this point. These streaming services do not give two shits about a belt. What they care about, and they understand the belt does add some type of value. They care about getting people tuned in. That's what they care about. Rolly Romero is not a champion. I mean, he did get a belt or whatever, but come on, let's be honest. Rolly Romero is not, and this is not to disrespect Rolly, he's not a top fighter. But it's more lucrative to fight him than to fight Keyshawn Davis right now.
Most definitely, because the pay for the ass whooping, like, that always matters.
Look, listen, just look at Pitbull. His performance with all the eyes on him because of Rolly, right? Have made his next payday is going to be crazy. And everybody now wants to see him and Matisse. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
crazy.
And 100%, that's a crazy fight. But now that's what we're seeing. Like, and that's what boxing has been. And that's why Shakur Stevenson is so angry and he's so mad out there, because he's like, yo, I'm dominating these guys. I'm doing this. Why can't I get the big fights? And I broke it down last time. I said, Shakur, you're a great fighter. You're a great technical fighter. The reason Paulie Malignaggi loves you is because you kind of fight similar to him in a sense to where you don't knock people out. You're boxing for 12 rounds. You're not that exciting. And people want to fill the seats. They want to be excited when they see you fight. And that's why
this
guys
is the thing with my man Shakur, because
yeah.
I'm a give another side of it.
Yeah.
With people that got the skill set, you just, when he gets the right fights, it will become exciting. Or put it like this. This is a great example.
Yeah.
Richard Hitchens was just an exciting fight. It's controversial. It's exciting.
Yeah.
He can run. Listen, the rematch is even bigger now.
If he takes it, I don't think he will.
If he, you know what I'm saying? But but any next fight, Hitchens takes is gonna be more eyes because of this fight.
But they
Shakur,
fought.
But that's the thing. Shakur just has to stay busy and stay relaxed, bro. You got to remember, my man Shakur, you were a silver medalist.
Absolutely.
Like, you're not about to get. It don't work like that. You don't get those dibs right away because people do not want to get boxed up for 12. Yeah. So you got to just be patient. What you should do is do what Floyd did. Stay busy with Top Rank, took the fights and the pays that you could. They're not going to beat you. But you can stop those guys.
Hold on, Troy. You said something key. You bring up Floyd, right? Floyd was a positive and a negative to the sport. And this is especially Shakur Stevenson. There's two different Floyd Mayweathers. There's two, okay? There's Pretty Boy Floyd, right? And then there's Money May. Pretty Boy Floyd is the exciting fighter. Money Mayweather was the one to put you to sleep. But he earned the right to do that. He earned the right because he was letting his hands go. Shakur has yet to do that and is fighting like an older Mayweather.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
100%.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He got to go to the Top Rank Floyd.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Do what Top Rank did. Because when Floyd would say this in an interview, he would say, listen, I will go to Top Rank. I will go to the board. And I would be like, I got to fight this guy. I'll fight. And they'd be like, Floyd, we can't pay you for you. Be like, whatever you got, just give it to me. Because at this point, he just like, I'm trying to fulfill the contracts so that I can either be independent and get the fights I need, or I can also put myself in position to do what I want and demand the fights. And that's all Shakur has to do. At this point, when you got the talent that he has, you just stay busy and let Top Rank just do it.
I'm with you, Troy. I'm with you. But he was exciting. For Diego Corrales, put him down 5 times. When was the last time we see Shakur knock somebody down? Hurt somebody. When he fought Castillo, it was a war. When he fought Chop Corley, he almost got knocked out. He was fighting people. Shakur's not fighting anyone.
I know he has to stay busy. That's all I'm saying. You can't do it if you don't just. at this point, Shakur is the talent. You got to be willing to fight any guy.
Yeah.
Like, not any guy is in like
fight, not box, fight. He has to put on a performance to where people want to get tuned in to watch him. Because
and this is the thing, you got to work on that inside work in the gym.
But you're a boxing purist. I'm a boxing purist. Facts. I love Floyd. I love the technical aspect of it. But these streaming services, right? They want action. They want to see Tim Tszyu, what just happened with him in Fundora. That's what they want to see. They want to see what happened with Pitbull and Rolly. They want to see people fight. They want to see action. The casual fan is not going to appreciate Shakur Stevenson. They're not.
That's a Shakur thing because you like. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I know I'm talented, then when I get in there with these guys, I'm gonna pick them apart on the inside. It's gonna look a little different than it usually look because now I'm on the inside. I'm already the champ. I'm gonna break you down. Or I will just ask for my next fight, man, give me a guy who come forward. I'm gonna break him down on the inside and then train for it and do it.
But think about this. This is the analogy I gave people, right? The NFL, they have the deep ball. If they don't have the deep ball, it's a popular thing. People want to see it. They want to see the bomb. Basketball has the alley-oop, the dunk, the crossover, the three-point shot now, right? Boxing has the knockout. If you don't have a knockout offensive performance, people don't want to tune in. I can't sit there with someone and then just be like, do you see what Shakur is doing? They're going to be like, bro, I don't know what he's doing. I want to see him throw some punches. I want to see him dominate somebody in
front.
And
that's what I'm saying. In his style, he got to learn how to start breaking these guys down, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, in his style, he has to start learning how to break these guys down technically.
He's got to come up with some knockouts. I'm not gonna lie. He's got to finish.
Listen, he said Troy is not spending 79 for a Shakur fight ever. I don't even pay for the fights, bro. I don't watch boxing. I watch old school boxing, but then I do watch their highlights because I already know how they gonna fight. And I said a long time ago, out of respect for my man Shakur, like,
wow,
he don't like getting hit with hard shots.
Yo, he just compared Shakur Stevenson to the WNBA, dog. I'm just that's real shit. Like, they can play, they can technically play, but they're not as exciting as the males. It's kind of real. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I see what they're saying because you're not getting knockouts, but if he stays active, he can develop the technical skills to do these things. You can't. I think what's blocking him is he's trying to get big fights for the big money to show guys. That's not how it works, man. Like, you a real fighter. You gotta. It's the role gonna be different for you.
But you're also more easily avoidable, right? When the fans aren't calling for you to see the fight, and that's his problem. He's not getting the fans behind him and say, "Yo, we want to see this." Devin Haney, who kind of fights a little similar to Shakur, is starting to engage, starting to dominate people. He's taking more risk, and he understood that. You know, at one point, people were like, "Yo, Devin Haney puts me to sleep too," but he showed he fought Lomachenko, he fought Kambosos.
But and that's the thing though. Shakur, I think they on that level. I ain't think they ain't trying to fight Shakur because they gonna lose.
But that's what's gonna make Shakur extremely easy to duck because the fans aren't going to be calling him, and he who pays the check controls the outcome.
No facts.
And if Shakur can't fill the seats, he will not get the fight. I don't care if you don't know boxing, but if you know business, if I don't get an ROI on my return on my investment, I'm not interested. And Shakur, you know, he's not Gervonta. He's not even Rolly at this point, even though Rolly's getting knocked out. He's not. People, listen, he's never had a pay-per-view. Never has.
Yeah, now he at that point, man, that's what I'm saying. He really just got to stay busy, and keep and put the money aside because he's gonna get paid, and just keep working. And the stoppages will come, bro. You stay in the gym, stay working. These stoppages will come. You gotta stay working. You can't be complaining about the guys that want to fight you. Even listen, he had they had a hurt hand against De Los Santos, but he still boxed his ears off. I get it why it was boring, but at that point, it's like De Los Santos couldn't. If you fight with one hand against me, I'm gonna stop you. But you know, and that's the the curse and the talent of Shakur. He's so talented that, but now in that talent, you have to learn how to break guys down and stop them. So now you can get the eyes on you. And that's all I'm saying.
Listen, nobody wants to see you bunt to a victory. I'm just being honest.
No,
they
hey,
want to
bro.
see that. I'm just being real, dog. Nobody wants to see you bunt to a victory, bro. I'm sorry. They don't want to see that. They want to see fights, dog. They want to see
Man,
fights.
that was bars. That was a good
That's
bar.
real shit. Imagine watching a baseball game when they weren't swinging for the fences, just bunt to first base, bunt the man over to second. I mean, come on, man. It's just that's the big problem with that situation. With
No facts, and that's what I was wondering how that. See, but this is the thing. I think what Shakur got. I think the thing that's different between Shakur and Dev is Dev has a Bill Haney and Shakur
he's fighting.
doesn't.
He's fighting.
He is fighting, but he still doesn't have a Bill Haney as an external resource, so that he can have a mouth. And Shakur is not. It's different when you have someone non-stop doing it for you. Because now it just looks like Shakur just talking and they're not fighting.
He kind of comes off online as a hater. I'm not gonna lie. Like
that's why you gotta have someone else talk for you. Have a public entity work for you.
Or if you're gonna talk, you got to go in that ring and knock people out.
No facts. See, so Gervonta don't have to say anything because he's just gonna put you to bed.
Yeah, facts. Now let's get back to what we're talking about. Does Ryan Garcia, like, I mean, he looks good right now. He looks strong. He looks hydrated. He does not look. He looks good, like right now, physically. This may be the best I've ever seen him look. Somebody said he looked good against Gervonta. No, he did not. Bro, like he looked drained. Does he stand a chance in this fight? And what is the best approach for him? Because somebody was saying that he's gonna have to come in and jump on Devin early and try to get him. What do you think?
Listen, I'm gonna just give you these bars real quick. This is what I really do, Norbs. My man, I look up to you. You a good guy.
Appreciate that.
This is what I know. And not in my opinion, as me actually boxing, Ryan's a taller fighter. And when I think of traditional boxing, I think of Ryan as a Tommy Hearns and a Devin Haney as a Sugar Ray Leonard. And if Ryan really chooses to box off the back foot, and make Devin have to sell out and walk Ryan down, it'll make it harder for Devin to win, because boxers who box naturally like for you to come forward.
Yeah.
But when you're tall and you're boxing off the back foot, now you have to do what Canelo does. You have to be the shorter fighter, slip punches while coming forward and still score.
Yeah.
And it makes it very difficult for a guy who even shorter punching up. And Ryan has a long reach and he's taller and he has good power. And that's one thing that Ryan has shown. He has good speed and power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those things will make it difficult for Devin. And on top of that, we're going to see how they react, because this is not the amateur. As soon as they exchange punches, whether they blocking on the gloves, once you feel the heaviness of the punches, you'll see who decides what approach they'll take when the fight is going on. Whether if Devin feels Ryan punches are heavy and he'll get on his boxing to stay in a certain safe to keep from getting stopped, or you'll see if they always say Devin doesn't have power. You'll see if Ryan, if he has the punch resistance to take Devin's power, and then say, oh, he ain't really got nothing. I'm about to just press him and just be throwing shots until I break him down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why people want to see Matias against Devin, because they want to see the nonstop pressure type of Margarito style against Devin, because he's not a known puncher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't feel, I mean, the first time I won 40, people seen him. I mean, he's dropped people before, but in a while, he dropped Prograis early, right? So people are like, oh, he's stronger. He does look stronger physically at 140, but he also showed up at about 165. There's no rehydration clause because Ryan is the A side. He was not having that, period, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's and this is where Ryan, if you even watch the interviews, he kind of gives away a lot in the sense where he's like, I'm not scared of your power. You can't hurt me. And Devin's like, well, if you feel like that, you come in early, I'm going to put you out. I believe in Ryan's heart of hearts. He does not believe that Devin can hurt him at any point of this fight. And that's why I do believe he is going to be some type of aggressive. We have seen Devin.
No, listen, he's going to be a problem, bro, because they fought. Listen, once you fight somebody in the amateurs.
6 times. Crazy.
No, but think about this. I love my man, Danny Garcia.
Shout out to Danny.
He fought Terrence Crawford in the amateurs and they never bumped head in the pros because after what we seen, listen, think about it. You fought him in the amateurs and we seen Terrence Crawford welterweight run and we could see. Then it's kind of like, well, I know he has what he has because I was in there. So I'll stay until it's a mandatory thing. We don't even have to do it because we did it in the Amis. So that's what Ryan is saying. On the flip side, the inner similarity and outer similarity of what I'm looking at is I fought you 6 times in the amateurs. This is going to be different, brother, because we got on 8 ounces. And I know that you're not punching like that. And that's what I'm saying. I would like to see, even though he's not punching like that, still see Ryan box off the back foot and make Devin try to come to the power and just keep it simple and set him up with the right hand over the top of the jab and things like that. Like, just technical boxing. So it's like, that's what I would like to see. But even if Ryan does become aggressive, it's because he like, hey, bro, this is 8 ounces. I'm going to just try to blow through you.
I mean, listen, the one thing, and again, Ryan is stronger. Like I've seen him put people out with a body shot. I have seen Devin get wobbled a couple times from lesser punchers than this man, than Ryan Garcia.
Well, so, I don't know. I want to say lesser, like
Ryan can punch. I've seen
but like Jorge Linares is a puncher.
Okay.
Like he was a real known puncher. Like who else Devin get hurt by?
I forgot who else.
He's been hurt a couple times. Like,
but it could be also the weight too, not being accustomed to that, or not, growing.
Well, that's that. But I will listen. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I can never use weight as an excuse. I mean, these guys is making millions. They should get nutritionists and things. That's why Floyd. Listen, Marvin Hagler didn't even have the sports science we was using today. He was a middleweight his whole career.
I said Loma hurt him too. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's like Devin gets hurt because he probably is better when he has the weight on him, so he can have better punch resistance and not be drained.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that, and but it's still, listen, my man who trained Tiger Johnson, Prentice Brewer. It don't matter how tall you are, and when you get to a certain weight, you can't take the punches. Because you started at a certain weight. It's just simple math. You start at 130. Listen, when you get to that 147, this is different punching. It's not 140 punching. It's not 135 punching. Yes, some 35ers can graduate and carry power like a Roberto Duran, but that's a small table. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like, Devin is already not a known puncher and has already been hurt at smaller weights.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is just tighten up on the defensive skill set just a little bit. But I think that's what takes away from him hitting the guys too, because he knows like these guys' punches is heavy. So he moves in certain ways to where he overcommits to his defense and it leaves him out of position to answer with a powerful shot. You see what I'm saying? That it's just technical shit. At the same time, you can only go so high, bro.
No, I'm with you. My bad. I gotta actually go pick up my kid right now, but I definitely want to get back on Let's
No,
try to
most
get back
definitely.
on around 4:00, 4:30. Cool with that?
Yeah, what time is that here? 1:30 here.
Where you at? You in the West Coast?
Yeah, I'm in Oakland.
Oh shit! All right, so I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you when I get to the car. I got to pick up the kids. But guys, tune in. We're gonna step it up. This is my guy Troy. We're gonna be doing some work. But
Most definitely.
we gonna definitely get another show in. I'm gonna touch on the 154-pound division when we get back because that's the stacked division. But we're gonna get into that later.
Anything you want, bro. We working.
I'm there.
One.